Hello and welcome to the 1% Solution. Here you'll find tips and tools to help you acquire more physician clients one small step at a time. I'm Dr. Vicki Rackner, your host. This week's tip, don't let disappointment stop you. We're in the business of helping our clients get results. Sometimes, despite everyone's best efforts, things don't turn out as expected, and disappointment can really hurt. Last summer, my college-age son applied for some internships funded by the National Science Foundation. He put a lot of work into the applications and came up empty-handed. How would he make sense of this disappointing outcome? Over this past year, I've heard him say things like, "It's not fair. I work so much harder than the person who did get one of these internships." He said, "I guess I'm just unlucky. Good things don't happen for me." Sometimes I even heard things like, "I guess I'm just not good enough," or "It's just not going to happen for me." I wasn't too surprised to learn that he did not plan on applying for an internship this year. Here's my prescription for managing disappointment. First, recognize disappointment as a specialized form of pain, and I think about pain like the warning lights on your car dashboard. Disappointment tells you that there's a mismatch between the image you hold in your head about what would happen and the actual reality. Gain clarity about what you really want. Next, make a plan about the best way to get there, and undoubtedly we'll get surprises. They might be good surprises or bad surprises. What you want to do, though, is interpret the outcomes objectively. Think about yourself as a scientist doing a scientific experiment. Most importantly, don't take it personally. Think about the last time you were at a restaurant and a waiter came by and asked if anyone wanted refills on coffee. I assure you the waiter didn't go home that night feeling bad about himself because 20 people declined his invitation for more coffee. He understood that it had to do with the clients and their needs rather than something personal about him. Next, recognize that sometimes disappointment tells you that it's time to change course. Sometimes the reason that you get disappointing results is that there are things happening in your blind spot that you have difficulty seeing on your own. That's where a coach or a mentor or a good friend comes in so handy. A few months ago, my son and I were discussing his summer plans. I asked him, "What do you really want?" What he said was, "I'd like to get into a good graduate program." Then I asked him, "Okay, what can you do this summer that would optimize your chances of getting into graduate school?" He thought for a second and he said, "Do this internship." I said to him what Elle Wood said to Paulette in Legally Blonde, "You've got all the right equipment, you just need to read the manual." Then I asked him, of the people who successfully get the internship, what do they know and do? And most importantly, what might I have missed? So, for example, he got a letter of recommendation from a teaching assistant who knew him well. Instead of a professor, he just didn't know the rules of the game. Last, I asked, what could he do differently? Like so many people, he felt uncomfortable tooting his own horn. He didn't want to share, for example, that he had broken a world powerlifting record. I give him credit for being willing to take another chance at this application process, and I'm pleased to report that he did secure an internship at his #1 spot. Bonnie St. John is an African-American woman who had an amputation of her right leg at age 5. For some reason, this girl who grew up in Los Angeles decided that she wanted to be a competitive downhill skier. She did very well. In 1984, she went to the Paralympics in Austria and was expected to win gold in her event, which was the slalom. She went down a very slick course and fell. She said that she felt her dreams go up in smoke. She was embarrassed. Her entire family had made the expensive trip to Austria, but she wasn't a quitter. She got back up and completed the course. Later, she discovered that every single athlete fell at that exact spot. She won bronze instead of gold because the person who won gold and silver had just gotten themselves up more quickly than she did. Hockey great Wayne Gretzky says, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." So don't let disappointment stop you. Use it as an important message that will help you get what you want. Thanks for stopping by. I hope that you found value in this content. Please feel welcome to pass this video along to your friends, your colleagues, your broker-dealer. If you've been sent this video, please go to www.targetingdoctors and sign up to get our weekly marketing materials. Thanks again for listening. See you next week.